It's July. Most people think the planting window is closed. They're looking at empty pots, maybe a few dead seedlings from spring, and they've mentally written off the season. They didn't miss it. Some of the best container harvests I've ever pulled came from seeds I dropped in July, and a couple of them were genuinely better than what I planted in spring because the plants went into already warm soil and took off immediately. The mistake most people make is thinking in seasons. Spring is for planting, summer is for harvesting, autumn is for winding down. That's the mental model most gardeners carry, and it costs them 2 to 3 months of potential production every year. Some of these plants are ready in 25 days, some in 45. Plant them today, in July, and you're pulling actual food before August is even halfway through. The season isn't over, you just haven't started the second chapter of it yet. 15 plants. I'm counting down from solid to outstanding. Number 1 is the one that surprised me most and produces the most food per container of anything on this list, and it's not the obvious choice. We'll get there. Let's start with the ones that just work without asking much from you, the ones you can drop in today and forget about until the harvest shows up. Number 15, French breakfast radish, 25 days. That's the fastest thing on this list and probably the fastest edible you can grow full stop. Elongated, mild, slightly peppery raw, sweet when young. You can pack 30 seeds into a single wide, shallow container and cycle through a full harvest in less than a month. By the time mid-August hits, you could already be on your second or even third succession planting from the same container. Number 14, arugula, 30 to 40 days. Spicy, peppery, slightly bitter, the flavor you actually want in a summer salad. It's a cut-and-come-again crop, which means you harvest the outer leaves and the plant keeps pushing new growth from the center. One container, multiple harvests. And it tolerates afternoon shade better than most, which in a July heat wave is genuinely useful. Number 13, mustard greens, 30 to 40 days. Bold flavor, fast growth, handles heat better than most leafy greens. Red varieties add a color you don't expect from a container, deep burgundy leaves that look almost ornamental. Cut and come again. One container running from now to late August gives you enough for multiple meals per week. Number 12, baby bok choy, 30 to 45 days. This one surprised me the first time I grew it in a container. It actually prefers being slightly crowded. 4 or 5 plants in a single large pot works better than spacing them out individually. The crowding keeps the roots cool and the plants focus energy upward rather than outward. Harvest the whole baby head at once. You get this compact, perfect little vegetable that looks like it came from a restaurant. Quick thing before we go further. Container placement in July matters more than most guides say. Dark-colored pots absorb heat and can cook roots in direct afternoon sun. Either move containers to afternoon shade, wrap dark pots with light-colored material, or switch to fabric grow bags, which breathe and stay cooler. I lost a full lettuce container one July because the black pot basically became a slow cooker. Didn't make that mistake twice. If you want more content like this, practical, tested, real-world container growing stuff, you can subscribe. I post regularly. Okay, back to the countdown. We're getting into the ones that actually surprised me. Number 11, loose leaf lettuce, 30 to 45 days. I know lettuce in July sounds like a joke. It wilts, it bolts, it turns bitter the second it feels warm air. All true, if you're growing it wrong. The fix? Afternoon shade. Move the container to a spot that gets morning sun and afternoon shade, or put it under a shade cloth. Soil stays cooler, the plant stays happy. I've had lettuce producing well into August this way. Number 10, green onions. 30 days from sets, 60 from seed. Use sets, small onion bulbs, not seed if you want August harvest. Push them into the soil an inch apart, keep them watered. They basically grow themselves. And the trick most people skip, when you harvest green onions from a container, leave the roots in the pot and water them. They regrow. Multiple harvests from one planting, from July all the way through autumn. One thing about July container gardening that trips people up, watering frequency. In a heat wave, a container can go from moist to bone dry within 24 hours. The rule I use, stick a finger 2 inches into the soil every morning. If it's dry at that depth, water. If it's still damp, leave it. That check takes 10 seconds and saves plants that would otherwise quietly die before you notice anything's wrong. Set a reminder in your phone if you have to. Seriously. Pattern interrupt. I want to tell you about the worst July planting mistake I ever made. I planted zucchini in a 5-gallon pot. Regular vining zucchini. It took over the entire patio. Leaves the size of dinner plates, fruit that was essentially a weapon by the time I got to it. If you're doing zucchini, and you should, get a bush variety and a minimum 15-gallon container. That's not optional, the bush part especially.
Number 9. Bush zucchini. 45 to 50 days. One plant in a 15-gallon container or grow bag produces more food per week than almost anything else on this list by sheer weight. The key is harvesting young, 6 to 8 inches. Don't let them get to bat size. Small ones taste better, the plant keeps producing, everyone wins. Number 8. Swiss chard. 45 to 50 days. This one runs all summer and into autumn without complaining. Boat-resistant, heat-tolerant, and the stems come in red, yellow, orange. It genuinely looks good in a container. Cut the outer stalks at the base and the plant keeps pushing new growth from the center. I've had a single chard plant run productively for 3 months from a July start. That's a lot of food from one container and almost zero effort once it's established. It just grows. Every week there's something to harvest. Number 7. Hakure turnips. 38 to 40 days. Most people don't think of turnips as a container vegetable. That's fair. Regular turnips need room. Hakure is different. Small, sweet, almost like a mild radish. You eat them raw or lightly sautéed. They fit in a deep container, mature fast, and the greens are edible too. 2 harvests from one plant. That's always worth noting. Have you tried any of these in containers before? Drop it in the comments. I'm curious which ones people are actually growing mid-season versus which ones they assumed were too late. Number 6. Beets. 45 to 55 days. Deep container, minimum 12 inches, and you're good. The thing most people miss with beets in containers is thinning. You plant the seed and 2 or 3 seedlings come up from one seed because beet seeds are actually seed clusters. Thin them to one plant every 3 inches, or they compete and none of them size up properly. Do the thinning, get the harvest. Skip it, and you get a container full of tiny, worthless beets. I learned that one the hard way. Number 5. Parisian carrots. 50 to 60 days. Regular carrots need 12 inches of depth and perfect soil, and they still come out forked and weird in containers. Parisian carrots are a round variety. They're about the size of a golf ball. They grow in compact clusters, and they work in a standard deep pot. Same carrot flavor, completely different plant profile for container growing, worth hunting down specifically. One trick that makes a real difference for July planting: germinate indoors first. Seeds struggle to germinate in hot, dry soil. Soil surface temperatures in a container in direct sun can hit 90 to 100 degrees, which kills germination for a lot of crops. Instead, start seeds in a damp paper towel inside in a warm spot. Not hot, just room temperature. Most seeds show a tail within 3 to 5 days, then transplant into the container. You skip the outdoor germination failure entirely and get a week's head start on top. Number 4. Bush cucumber. 50 to 55 days. Regular cucumbers, same story as vining zucchini, they take over. Bush varieties stay compact and still produce full-sized fruit. One plant in a 5-gallon container, give it a small trellis or bamboo frame, and by mid-August, you're pulling cucumbers every few days. They love heat, so a July start is actually ideal. One of the few plants that actively prefers being planted in the summer. Number 3. Red amaranth. 45 to 60 days for leaves, longer for grain. Hear me out on this one, because most people haven't considered growing it in a container. Amaranth grows fast in summer heat. The more heat it gets, the faster it grows, which is the opposite of most greens. The leaves are edible from very early on, spinach-like texture, mild, earthy flavor, and the plant gets more productive as it matures rather than slowing down. In a large container, it gets visually impressive fast. Deep red varieties look almost ornamental. I had visitors asking what it was, and it was not ornamental. I ate it that night. Number 2. Bush beans. 50 to 55 days. Bush beans in a July container are genuinely one of the most satisfying things you can do in a summer garden. They don't need staking, they don't need trellising, they just grow upright and produce. The harvest comes in one big flush, all the pods ready at roughly the same time, and that concentrated yield feels significant. A 10-gallon container gives you enough beans for several solid meals in one pick. Don't use anything smaller. Beans in a small pot produce almost nothing. Beans in a big pot produce dinner for the whole week. And before I get to number 1, a quick note on soil for everything we've talked about. Containers dry out fast in July heat. Regular potting mix alone often isn't enough moisture retention. Add perlite for drainage and a bit of coconut coir for moisture holding. That combination keeps the root zone stable through the heat of the day without waterlogging. Every plant on this list benefits from it. Number 1. Patty pan squash. 45 to 50 days. I know squash already showed up on this list, but patty pan is different enough to get its own spot at the top. It's compact enough to manage in a 15-gallon container. It produces fruit faster than zucchini, and the shape, those pale green flying saucer discs, means you actually notice when they're ready, rather than finding a baseball bat buried under the leaves. Zucchini hides. Patty pan does not hide. You see it, you harvest it at the right time, the plant stays productive.
The other thing that makes it number 1, fertilizer response. Patty pan in a large container with a biweekly liquid feed produces noticeably more than an unfed plant. More flowers, faster fruit set, longer production window. All the squash on this list benefit from feeding, but patty pan responds most visibly. The difference between a fed and unfed plant by week 6 is dramatic enough that you'd think they were different varieties. The other reason it's number 1, it produces continuously and the fruits stay visually obvious, so you never miss the harvest window. You're always picking at the right size, the plant always keeps going, and by mid-August you have more patty pan than you know what to do with, which is a good problem to have. July planting is not a consolation prize, it's a legitimate strategy. The plants on this list aren't compromises, they're the ones actually suited to heat, fast maturity, and container life. Everything else is just choosing the wrong plants at the wrong time. The right plants change the whole outcome. The harvest is real, the timeline is real. Plant today and mid-August comes around faster than you think, and you'll actually have something to show for it. Next video covers how to extend this into September and October, which containers to keep going, which ones to swap out, and a couple of cold-tolerant crops that actually perform better in autumn than they ever do in summer. Greens that bolt in July thrive in October. That one follows directly from this. If that's useful to you, it's worth subscribing for. See you there.